From South Carolina Public Radio, this is Who, What, When, an hour of history, games, and trivia. I'm Daniel Thompson.
And I'm Brandon Gray. Welcome to today's show. Today, we're traveling back to the 1970s with games all about the decade.
They're going to be dynamite. Coming up later in the hour, we'll test your knowledge of major events from the 1970s and see how well you can name famous tunes from that era.
And if you'd like to join us for these games, all you got to do is call or text us. 803-470-6347. That's 803-470-6347. Or you could send us an email to whowhatwhen@scpublicradio.org.
Give us a call. I dare you. It'll be the time of your life. We always have a wonderful time looking back on history with our callers. And of course, today we're going to do that about the 1970s,
Yes.
Brand. When I say the 70s, what comes to mind?
I'm going to go with disco.
Disco? Okay.
I'm going to go with Star Wars.
Okay. What else? Anything else?
I'm going to go with shag carpets.
Do you know what shag carpets are?
Yeah.
Those are all really good answers
Thank
for
you.
someone that was born 20 years after the 1970s.
I try my best, yes. And Sean gave me all the answers.
Okay, I thought they might. But the 70s weren't all disco and Star Wars and shag carpets, Brand. In fact, a ton of things happened during that decade, and many historians now view the 1970s as a major time of change when it came to politics, economics, and social issues.
Dan, as somebody who missed this decade by about 20 years, what were some of the major things that happened during that decade?
I'm glad you asked, Brand. Here in the U.S., we saw the presidencies of Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, and Jimmy Carter. Of course, that included Nixon resigning from office after the Watergate scandal. Around the world, other countries experienced significant developments, like China being recognized by the United Nations and becoming an international player. There were oil and energy crises, the Vietnam War came to an end, and unfortunately, other conflicts popped up in the Middle East. More and more women moved into higher executive political positions, including Margaret Thatcher being elected the first female prime minister of Britain in 1979. Pink Floyd, ever heard of them? Their Dark Side of the Moon was the highest selling album of the era. A little show called Saturday Night Live premiered during the 70s, now celebrating its 50th season. And Pong became one of the earliest arcade games to hit it big.
And I bet, Dan, that's only scratching the surface of what happened in the 1970s.
You said it, Brand. It really is. It's like you know your stuff. There's truly so much we could cover that we'll have to save a lot of it for a future 1970s episode.
That's right, Dan. Today, we're going to focus more on the pop culture side of the decade. And in order to do that, we're going to need some contestants.
Let's meet them right now, Brand. Caller number one, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Kenyatta. I'm from New York.
Kenyatta from New York City.
Now, Kenyatta, a little birdie told me that you're in Paris right now. Is that true?
I am. I'm here for the summer for a vacation.
I think this is our first caller from Paris.
And Brand, your brain broke trying to figure out how the time zones.
The fact that you are talking to us right now is an absolute mystery to me.
Brand thinks you should be asleep.
You should be asleep, or we should be asleep. I don't know which one it is. Hey, have you seen any Ratatouilles out there?
No, unfortunately, I have not.
Kenyatta, how are you feeling about the 1970s as a topic?
So I was born in the 70s. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad.
Well, there's only one way to find out, I feel like.
That is true. Were you born in the latter half?
I was.
All right. Well, everything in this episode is from 70 to 75, so it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough.
Well, we'll see. I believe in you.
We did it on purpose.
We did it.
All right, let's see who Kenyatta's playing against. Caller number two, what's your name? Where are you from?
Rachel. I live in upstate New York. About an hour.
It's the Battle of Yonkers. I don't know.
Battle of Yonkers?
It sounded good.
Yonkers is like right north of the city, but that's okay.
Are you kidding me right now? Look at what I did.
Look at what you did. What is New York? The Empire State? Yeah.
It is.
It's the Battle of the Empire State.
Okay.
That's what it is.
That's fine.
That's what it is.
Hey, Rich, do you see any Ratatouilles up there?
I just got a second dog yesterday, and he's got a little rat terrier in him.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Now, can he cook?
It did not come up last night.
All right.
We'll find out
him
this
cook.
time.
Rachel, how are you feeling about the 1970s?
I was also born in the 1970s in 75, but the last half of, I was like alive for 6 weeks of 1975. So it's a slight advantage, Kenyatta. But Kenyatta and I are like, we're unified. We both want a perfect game so we can both win.
That's right. We told them in the pre-show prep's a big deal around here. We told them the only way that they both could win the fanny pack is perfect game.
And they were both like cheering for each other. It was so encouraging.
So kind.
It was so encouraging.
And that's how people in New York are. Down here in the South, we're very like direct and bold, and we say what we think. Yeah. But in New York, it's just all sunshine and rainbows.
It is what I think of when I think of New York.
Right.
A kind folk
hand-holding,
who are always cheering for the other
helping
person.
each other. They don't need to be
patient. They got all day to get there.
For sure. All right, let's get to our first game, shall we?
Sounds like a plan, Dano.
Our first game's all about TV from the 1970s. It's a game we're calling That 70s Show.
I love that show. Eric, Donna, Kelso, The Basement, the spinning around. It's a great show.
I see how you got there, Brandon. Okay. Remember, this is the actual 1970s, not the television program That 70s Show.
I don't get it. Kenyatta and Rachel, this is how the game's going to work. We have clues about TV shows from the 70s that were later either rebooted, remade, or had sequels. We'll describe the show and give you 3 possible answers. You just need to tell us the correct one.
Kenyatta, you get the first question here on That 70s Show. The pilot of this 1975 detective drama was actually originally a movie of the week for ABC before realizing the tag team of Paul Michael Glaser and David Soul made for perfect serialized television, while the movie was definitely more for laughs, starring Owen Wilson, Ben Stiller, and Snoop Dogg. Is that A, Starsky and Hutch, B, Kojak, or C, Heart to Heart?
Okay, so I know it's not Heart to Heart because I was a big fan of that as a kid.
Okay.
I wanted to be the Hearts. Kojak is a solo detective, so I'm going to go with Starsky and Hutch.
The reasoning is so sound here.
It's so sound. It can't possibly be wrong.
Yeah, if it was Heart to Heart, it'd be crushing for all involved. It isn't. It's Starsky and Hutch. Kenyatta's on the board.
Dan, am I the only one that sees Paul Mark Glaser's name and thinks of Mark Paul Gosselaar?
Because you said Paul Mark, yes. It's Paul Michael Glaser, which has nothing to do with Mark Paul Gosselaar.
I'm still thinking of Mark Paul.
Saved by the Bell.
I'm always thinking of Mark Paul.
No, we already did the 90s.
Sorry.
I don't know what to tell you. All right, Rachel, the board is yours. It's That 70s Show. These shows originated in the 70s and came back later. Here's your question. The movie remake starred Sean William Scott and pop star Jessica Simpson, but the original TV show premiered in 1979 on CBS, where viewers tuned in to watch former moonshine-running cousins Bo and Luke outwit those city slickers. Is it A, Dallas, B, 8 is Enough, or C, The Dukes of Hazzard?
So I know it's the Dukes of Hazzard because it was a big source of conflict with my older brothers. I always wanted to watch The Muppet Show, and they wanted to watch the Dukes of Hazzard.
Wow, The Muppet Show is so much better than the Dukes of Hazzard. Rachel, you were right then and you're right now. Exactly it is right. The Dukes of Hazzard.
Did you see earlier this summer, Dan, out in Tennessee, they had a replica of the car and it jumped over a fountain.
General Lee.
It jumped over a fountain.
It jumped over a fountain.
And everyone cheered, and it was great.
Man, Tennessee is crazy. All right, Kenyatta, the board is yours. We're playing a little game called That 70s Show. Here's your question. Spawning several films starring the likes of Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, and even Kristen Stewart, this 1976 ABC spy drama is as notorious for launching an actor and a hairstyle, for that matter, into superstardom. Is it A, Chips, B, Charlie's Angels, C, Wonder Woman?
I know this because I so wanted to be the angel in the middle. So that would be Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's Angels is correct.
Give me your best Charlie.
Hello, Angels.
All right. We'll work on it. We'll fix it in post.
Sounded more like Hannibal Lecter, and I apologize.
But I'm glad you did it. Shout out to the middle angel, though.
Shout out
to the middle angel. And shout out to Kenyatta, who's 2 for 2. Rachel, the board's yours. Here's your question. This live-action show with stop-motion animated prehistoric creatures aired on Saturday mornings beginning in 1974 for 4 years, a very different result than the 2009 film it spawned, a movie played for laughs that is considered by many to be the worst film of Will Ferrell's career. Is that A, The Land Before Time, B, Lost in Space, or C, Land of the Lost?
Land of the Lost, and that is saying something about a Will Ferrell film.
Will Ferrell catching strays. Rachel is correct. It's Land of the Lost.
Now, Will's never going to come on.
No.
He had an open invite.
Will was
He's going to hear
there.
this.
Hey, Brand, I don't want to sound the perfect game along. All right, we've got to fix the perfect game horn so it doesn't sound like a whale's mating call. But also, Brand, I said I didn't want to sound it too soon.
I missed.
But Kenyatta and Rachel are both have a perfect game so far.
Wow.
We're almost halfway
And,
through our
and they
first
wanted
round.
that.
They wanted it.
They're in
Kenyatta,
cahoots.
no pressure. The next question is yours. Here it is. The 2003 action film it spawned had an all-star cast: Samuel L. Jackson, Colin Farrell, Jeremy Renner, Michelle Rodriguez, LL Cool J, and more. CBS even remade the show into an 8-season hit in 2017. All this from an original police procedural that aired only 2 seasons on ABC beginning in 1975. Is that A, MASH, B, SWAT, or C, FAT?
Okay, honestly, I'm so glad that C is what it is because I was completely lost. I don't remember this television show in the past or with Samuel L. Jackson. So,
Are you trying to say that FAT isn't a real program?
PAT, the acronym FAT?
I'm going to go with SWAT, B.
She's going to go with SWAT. She used some context clues, and she nailed it.
It was a fat answer, I tell you
answer.
what. That seems like a lot to come out of a 2-season show from the mid-70s.
That's right. It aired 2 seasons in the mid-70s, and then people in the 2000s were like, we're going to make this work.
Yeah.
We're going to make it work. And
Make
the
it work.
movie is not good, but the procedural clearly worked. 8 seasons. All right, Rachel, it's back to you. It's 3-2 Kenyatta. Perfect game going on. Here's your question. This primetime CBS soap took the nation by storm in 1978 with its many mysteries as well as the controversial Dream season in season 9. TNT made a new version of the show in 2012 with Patrick Duffy reprising his role.
Oh, yeah.
Is that A, Chico and the Man, B, What's Happening, or C, Dallas?
Dun 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 dun. It's Dallas, which I watched every Friday night with my grandma.
I love these two contestants so much.
That was beautiful.
And Rachel is right again.
Tell me about this controversial Dream season in 9.
Rachel, do you want to tell him?
Oh my God, I was just telling a friend about this. So Patrick Duffy left the show to do something else. He changed his mind. I guess it was a disaster for the show. They had a whole season where people moved on with their lives, made big progress. I think somebody who was paralyzed got unparalyzed. And then he decided to come back. So they ended the season with his wife, Victoria Principal, waking up, seeing somebody in the shower, thinking it was her boyfriend from the season that just happened.
Right.
It's Patrick Duffy. And it turned out the whole season was a dream. And the paralyzed person had to go back in the wheelchair.
It was only just a dream?
The whole season.
I got to be honest. That was, Rachel.
So dream season, not like, oh man, that was a dream season.
No.
Dream season in the literal sense.
Literal, they just wiped it clean.
How about that?
All
Rachel,
the
that was-
storylines you love didn't happen. Forget a year.
Wow.
You did an amazing job explaining that. Brandon's reaction, I wish we'd had a camera. It was fantastic. All right, we're 3-3. Perfect game intact. Kenyatta, back to you. We're talking about TV shows from the 1970s that have been rebooted or remade or sequeled. Here's your question. Netflix has announced that they're currently in development to revive this iconic rural Gilded Age drama that aired for 9 seasons on NBC beginning in 1974, based on the book series by Laura Ingalls Wilder. Is that A, Little House on the Prairie, B, Family Affair, C, Highway to Heaven?
Oh my gosh. This was like my favorite television show growing up. It is A, Little House on the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie is correct. Kenyatta, can you imagine Netflix rebooting this show?
No.
Rumor has it they're going to call it Lil House on the Prairie to reach a younger generation.
Little, just L-I-L
Lil.
apostrophe?
It's a Lil House.
Little House, Little House. That's exactly right. All right, Kenyatta, perfect game is intact. Rachel, the board is back to you. Here's your next question. Clearly destined to be a cult classic, this sci-fi franchise created by Glenn Larson launched with a 1-season show in 1978 airing on NBC. There was a short-run sequel in the 80s, a 3-hour miniseries in 2003, and finally, a 5-season series in 2004 starring Katie Sackhoff and Edward James Olmos, which became beloved by the sci-fi community around the world. Is that A, Stargate, B, Starship Troopers, C, Battlestar Galactica?
It is Battlestar Galactica, and I will not say anything about the final season. The first 2 were great.
Okay. She knows her stuff.
Rachel's
She also has some very strong. Season 3 can join Will Ferrell and just catching.
That's exactly.
Season 4, don't watch it.
If they get these next 2 right, I think we can sound the horn. I think we can actually sound
think
it.
So?
I think we can.
Okay, because I'm doing some work to it right
You're
now.
doing some great. We're going to tweak it a little. Great, fantastic.
A little mustard.
Kenyatta, your last question of the round. This James Garner-led detective drama was so popular when it aired in the late 1970s that in the 1990s, CBS brought back James Garner to shoot 8 reunion movies from 1994 to 1999. Is that A, McCloud, B, The Streets of San Francisco, or C, The Rockford Files?
Oh, guys.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I'm going to try to work my way through this.
Okay.
I don't think it's The Streets of San Francisco.
Okay.
I'm just going to have to go with my gut because I don't know what McCloud is, but I do remember the Rockford Files. So I'm going to go with C, the Rockford Files. Fingers crossed.
I almost made A, fat. But I went with a real detective show called McCloud. But Kenyatta didn't fall for it, and the perfect game is intact. The Rockford Files is correct.
It's a really good process of elimination. You go with the one you heard of and hope that you heard it because maybe it's been rebooted.
What a strategy. Write that down if you think about calling in. Go with the one you heard of.
Go with the one you heard of.
That's right. All right, Rachel.
I'm writing a book.
Last. How to Who What When.
That's right. Chapter 1. Go with the one you heard of.
Go with the one you heard of. All right, Rachel. Last question of the round for you. It's called That 70s Show. We're talking about TV shows in the 70s that have been rebooted, remade, or sequeled. Here's your question. In 2020, up-and-coming horror movie studio Blumhouse took a chance on reviving this classic TV show from 1978, but as a horror prequel. It didn't go well, not having near the impact of this Destination original with Ricardo Montalban. Is that A, The Love Boat, B, Fantasy Island, or C, Gilligan's Island?
Zipline, it is Fantasy Island.
It's Fantasy Island, and it's the only time you can do that accent and get away with it, I think. You crushed it, Rachel. Nicely done.
Really good. This is Who, What, When. I'm Brandon Gray here with my friend Daniel Thompson, and we've jumped into the Who, What, When time machine today for an episode all about pop culture of the 1970s.
That's right, Bran. Our contestants, Rachel and Kenyatta, both from New York, are competing for the title of Who, What, When Champion of the Week. Coming up after the break, we'll see how well they remember major events from the 1970s.
That's next, here on Who, What, When.
Welcome back to Who, What, When, an hour of history, games, and trivia from South Carolina Public Radio. I'm Daniel Thompson. I'm here with my good buddy, Brandon Gray, and this week's topic is all about the pop culture of the 1970s.
Yeah, and before we get back to our games, I want to remind you that we would love for you to be a future contestant on Who, What, When. All you got to do is call or text us, 803-470-6347, or you can send us an email to whowhatwhen@scpublicradio.org.
You said it, Bran. Our contestants this week, Kenyatta and Rachel, both from New York, are still on the line from our first round. They're currently tied. It's a real barn burner, but the winner of this second round will move on for a chance to win our weekly prize, the vaunted Who, What, When fanny pack.
It's a good one this week. We will see who can break that tie with our next game, Groovy or Far Out.
Rachel and Kenyatta, in this game, we're going to see how well you can tell which events actually happened in the 1970s. 1970s. After each of these stories, you'll have to tell us if the events were true, aka groovy, or false, aka far out.
Groovy, true, far out, false. I got it.
It makes sense if you think about it. And we're starting with Kenyatta. The stakes have never been higher.
Currently 5-5.
That's so groovy.
Yeah, it is.
Right? All right, Kenyatta, your first question here on Groovy or Far Out. In 1970, the USSR's Venera 7 became the first spacecraft to land on another planet and transmit data back to Earth. It survived for 23 minutes in Venus's hellish atmosphere before melting. Is that groovy or far out?
Oh boy.
Not the first round
was
anymore,
hoping that-
Kenyatta.
Oh my gosh, I was really hoping that all of those like 70s shows that I've watched, like VH1 or like CNN, Remember the 70s, would come into play here, but I have no idea. I am going to go with my gut and say that it's far out. I don't think anyone's ever landed on Venus, but I'm not sure.
All right, she's going far out, which means false in this game. I
It
want to be
does.
very clear. Kenyatta, that is incorrect.
Oh.
We were looking for groovy or true there.
That's crazy.
Can you believe that in 1970, the Soviet Union landed
Let's go check
on
out.
Venus?
Let's go check out Venus. I got to be honest,
Yes.
Dan. I don't appreciate the slander calling Venus's atmosphere hellish. Like, let's leave
have
the
you read about
hey,
Venus?
Hey, let's leave the opinions to yourself, bud. Let's not try to hurt Venus's feelings, okay?
You don't want to hurt Venus's feelings?
No.
Yeah. All right. Now, Rachel, I know that does end the perfect game, and we did sound the horn too soon, and I'm sorry. Brand's sorry. We're all sorry. But that does open the door for you to take the lead here, Rachel.
Well, and it's still a perfect game for her.
Still a perfect game for her. So you got to tell me if this is groovy or far out. In a bizarre blend of beauty pageants and environmental activism, in 1970, Philadelphia crowned a Miss Smog America to raise awareness about air pollution. Contestants were judged on looks and their knowledge of smog science. Is that groovy or far out?
I'm going to say far out. It's not true. That doesn't sound right. 1970s too early for smog awareness.
So far out means false, and she says 1970s too early, and she's also incorrect.
Wow. How about
Okay.
Philadelphia being ahead of its time?
With Miss Smog America.
That's right.
So
Can
many
you
ways,
imagine
so
the
many
winner?
ways.
The winner being like, what'd you do during the summer? I won a beauty pageant. Which one? It was Miss Smog America. Even the name is just like, you're talking
Miss
to Miss
Smog
Smog,
America.
okay?
That's right. All right.
Get
So
smoggy with it.
two groovies in a row. They both guess far out, and I can see why. Those are pretty crazy far out ideas, but they really did happen.
Well, the
And
70s was far out. I don't know.
but now we're just muddling the waters as to what the game means. So they don't have
overthink it.
They don't have a perfect game,
No,
but they could still end up with the same score.
and that's pretty groovy.
That's pretty groovy. Far out, man. Kenyatta.
Hey, you have to stop using it in the incorrect context.
Kenyatta, your next question here on Groovy or Far Out, our worst named game of all time. Due to a minor miscalculation, in 1974, an early prototype video cassette recorder known as the VCR was massive. It required 2 power outlets and had a built-in recliner. Sony briefly considered manufacturing it and selling it as the entertainment couch.
Gosh, I hope it's true.
Is that groovy or far out?
I'm going to try to use some deduction here, but again, out of my depth. It's like space and technology in the 70s. I don't know any of this, but I think Betamax came out before VCRs. So I'm going to say far out because of that.
She's going to go with far out. Would I dare put 3 groovies in a row?
They call you the Groovy King, though.
Groovy King. Nope. Kenyatta's correct. It is far out. That is a
Far
lie.
out.
But can you just imagine sitting on your couch, running a cord all the way to the TV, several cords at that time, and putting the VHS tape right in under your seat there?
I got to be honest with you. I haven't stopped thinking about it.
But Kenyatta, you're back on the board. That is a lie. Congratulations. Rachel, a chance to match her here. Your next question here on Groovy or Far Out. In 1970, President Nixon introduced new White House Guard uniforms inspired by European palace guards, double-breasted coats with shiny gold braids and high boots. The public hated them so much. The more audacious parts of the uniform were scrapped almost immediately, and the old uniforms were brought back by the mid-1970s. Is that groovy or far out?
I'm going to say groovy.
She's going to say groovy, and she is going to be correct.
How about that? Hey, people say that the American people don't have a voice. The people stood up against the fashion travesty that was
right.
these uniforms, and dadgummit, change happened.
They were like, 200 years ago, we got rid of all the gold braids and high boots and gold buckles.
We're not going back to it.
How dare you
going back.
Try to make us British again. That is correct. We got a tie game. Kenyatta, your next question here on Groovy or Far Out. This is true or false. 70s edition. Did this event actually happen in the 70s or not? Even though it was invented in the 1950s, when astronauts decided to take the juice box drink Tang to outer space, it gave the beverage new life in stores, spiking sales because kids wanted to be like astronauts. Is that groovy or is that far out?
Before I answer, I just want to give Rachel props because I never would have guessed that Nixon would care about uniforms.
Yeah.
So props to you on that.
Props to Rachel.
Props to Rachel.
I'm going to say groovy because I vaguely remember Tang being a thing.
Tang was a thing in the 1970s. Kenyatta is correct.
They call it the Tang Pop because it popped.
Rachel, do you have any kind words of affirmation for Kenyatta before I ask you your next question?
Kenyatta, I would have gotten that one wrong because I would have thought it was available before the 1970s. So
wow.
I would have said far out.
There you have it. The positivity just keeps coming. Rachel, your next question on Groovy or Far Out. This is some true or false from the 1970s. In a 1976 New York fashion show, Pectrice, the Rhode Island Red, strutted in a sequined pantsuit designed by a 5-year-old and received a standing ovation, resulting in the only recorded best dressed win for a chicken in a fashion show. Is that groovy or far out?
Can you run that down one more time?
Yeah.
So it's a fashion show for chickens?
It's a fashion show for people.
Okay.
But apparently there was a Rhode Island Red named Pectrice.
Okay.
That had a sequin pantsuit on designed by a child.
Okay.
That strutted the runway, standing ovation, won best dress.
So mainly humans, but Pectrice is breaking down walls for the chicken community.
Is that groovy or far out, Rachel?
So I'm going to take my time and think this through. Bicentennial, I'm going to say far out. I don't see chickens like they're fat. The 70s, everybody was really skinny. No, I'm going to say no.
Rachel, Pectrice would like a word. You are correct, but if Pectrice was real, she would like a word. Rachel, you are correct. That is far out, but only you wanted it to be true, Bran.
I'm gonna need to take the rest. I'm gonna need to take the rest of the episode off. I got overly attached to Pectrice during that question, and this is gonna be the rest of the day for me.
Price you pay.
So that's tough.
All right, we got a tie game. Your next question here on Groovy or Far Out. In 1976, a lobbyist group called Blow for America pushed Congress to make the kazoo the national instrument of the country.
Now I'm back.
Which they claim
I'm over it.
Which they claimed was a push for unity in the lack of professional training needed to master the kazoo.
That's right.
Is that groovy or far out?
Oh man, I feel like Brandon. I'm like, I really want this to be true. Blow for America, kazoos. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah.
So cool.
So I'm going to go with my wish, even if that means that I forfeit a chance at the fanny pack. It's just too great, Brand. I have to believe for both of us.
I'm
going to say groovy.
She's got to believe it for both of us. And what a noble gesture, but she's incorrect.
Oh, come on.
I know.
You did that back to back?
Back to back far outs. I went Pectrice and Blow for America back to back.
I hate you. I hate this show.
I don't get a writing credit, but I think I want one for this episode. All right, Rachel. There's 3 questions left. 2 of them are yours. The math says you get them both right, you get a chance to win a fanny pack. That's math. Rachel, your next question here on Groovy or Far Out. In 1979, a Chicago radio DJ invited fans to blow up disco records between baseball games. The crowd rioted, stormed the field, and the second game was canceled. It was supposed to be a publicity stunt, but it turned into chaos. Is that groovy or far out?
I mean, I feel like Kenyatta, echoing back to your VH1, this is the 70s stuff. Like, I remember seeing, like, on a baseball field, people, they were burning them. I don't know if that's the same thing, but, like, I'm a teacher. That's enough text evidence to support my answer. So I'm going to say it's groovy.
If VH1 said it's good enough for me.
The text evidence
It's the gold
says
standard.
It. Cite your sources and go with the one you know, according to Brand's up-and-coming book in stores soon. Rachel is correct. It is groovy. It is true. And she's taken a lead. Kenyatta, this is what we call a must-get.
Kenyatta, I feel like you would have gotten that question too. I feel like that was the easiest one of the round. So, Kenyatta, I'm still rooting for you.
I love it. Look at you two. I love this. I love it. Kenyatta, this is what we call a must-get. A must-get.
This is a must-get.
That's exactly right.
Do it for Paris.
Do it for Paris. Do it for the Big Apple. Kenyatta, your last question of the round here on Groovy or Far Out. In 1975, at the Country Music Awards, singer Charlie Rich was so unimpressed with John Denver winning Entertainer of the Year that he lit the announcement envelope on fire on live TV with a lighter from his pocket. Groovy or Far Out?
Okay, so I appreciate that encouragement, Rachel. And I did know that because I'm actually born and raised in Chicago. So
okay.
I don't know this one. I thought that John Denver was very beloved, right? He's Rocky Mountain High. Is that him?
Take Me Home. Country Road.
West Virginia.
Yeah. So I have a hard time believing someone at the Country Music Awards would be that upset about him winning. On the other hand, I know that people hated that Taylor Swift won because they felt like she wasn't really country.
All right, Kenyatta.
Everybody liked her. Oh, boy. I'm going to say groovy, but also if I forfeit the fanny pack again, I am happy to lose to a teacher.
Wow.
So I'm going groovy. Final answer.
She's going groovy. Final answer. She talked it through, and she is correct. So what, Brent?
Wow.
This is such a wild story. But what happened is John Denver wasn't like super. He was young, and he wasn't all country all the time.
Sure.
You know, there was some folk in him and some other stuff. And the other nominees, Conway Twitty, Loretta Lynn, Waylon Jennings, those were like the creme de la creme of country.
That's
and so it was an offense to Charlie Rich that the young guy who wasn't country enough, much like Taylor Swift, same thing happened there. Kenyatta's correct, and she's still alive. Now, Rachel, there's one question left. Listen, if you get it right, you're going to the final round to win a fanny pack. If you get it wrong, you're going to the final round to try to win a fanny pack.
Right.
So, with that being said, here's the final question. Groovy or Far Out? In 1973, the town of Mosier, Oregon elected a top hat on a broomstick as mayor.
All right. Okay. Got it.
The vote was a protest vote during a special election where Toppy, as he was called, received 868 votes, outpacing the nearest human candidate by over 500 votes. Toppy never served a day as mayor.
A travesty.
Groovy or Far Out?
I mean, like, it was the 70s. Anything was possible, but we've had 2 groovies in a row. And even though there's like militia in Oregon and stuff, I'm going to say Far Out. It doesn't sound right.
I just want to say this.
Okay. If Peck Treese.
Yeah, you're already ahead of me. If Peck Treese, Blow for America, and Toppy were all made up, this will be my last episode. I will not come back next week.
Rachel, you are correct.
Oh!
Brand's not coming back. Toppy is a lie as well.
I'm really happy.
I want to be
Rachel.
clear, though. Peck Treese, Blow for America, Toppy, all lies. Miss Smog America is real.
We do love Miss Smog America.
So what does that mean, gang? What it means is that Rachel has 9 correct answers. Kenyatta has 8.
Oh.
So Rachel is our Who What Win champion of the week with a chance to win the fanny pack. Kenyatta gets to enjoy her Paris vacation.
That's right. That is the prize for the loser. They get to enjoy Paris.
Yeah, Kenyatta, what a job you did. What a positive force you brought to the program. Any last words for us here on Who What Win?
I just want to say, Rachel, you were a great contestant, and I'm glad that we got to do this together. Now go get that fanny pack, girl.
Moi aussi, merci.
Oh, wow.
Okay, all right.
This is just too kind. Thanks for playing, Kenyatta. Kenyatta, seriously, thanks so much.
You're the best.
You're the best.
Oh, it was awesome. Good luck, Rachel, and thanks, guys.
Thank you.
This is Who What When. I'm Brandon Gray here with my co-host Daniel Thompson. Thanks for joining us for this trip back to the 1970s today.
Our contestant Rachel has just become the Who What Win champion of the week, and now she heads into the final round to see if she can take home the weekly prize, the Who What Win fanny pack.
That and more is coming up after this break. Stay tuned for more Who What When.
Welcome back to Who What Win, South Carolina Public Radio's hour of history, games, and trivia. I'm Daniel Thompson. That's Brandon Gray.
Hi, it is true. This week, we're looking back in the 1970s with games about the pop culture of that groovy decade.
You said it with such confidence, Bran. Our contestant, Rachel from New York, has come out on top after the first 2 rounds. She's the Who What Win champion of the week, and we're going to be playing one final game with her in just a moment. But first, it's time for a special segment with our good friend and producer, A.T. Shire.
A.T., how are you, my friend?
Oh, guys, thank you so much for having me for in the studio. I'm so happy to be in the studio with you guys.
It's a big deal for you.
Yeah.
You feeling groovy?
I'm super groovy. Actually, it's so great to be here. Since there's a lot of nostalgia around the 1970s, I thought it was time for us to do a quick round of Take It or Leave It. Classic
Yes.
Take It or Leave It.
Classic take it, leave it situation.
So here it is. I have a list of things that either originated in the 70s or really became famous during that decade. The 3 of us will decide if they were out of sight or total bummers.
Total bummers.
Okay, so with it, we respond with out of sight or total bummer.
That's if you want, or we could just
Well, I
take
would
or
like
leave
to.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
you want to stick with that. I can
Yeah.
just say take it or leave it if I wanted to.
No, it's out of sight
Okay,
or
got
total
it.
bummers.
Okay, whatever you say.
So first up, are you taking or leaving disco?
Take it.
Yeah, it's out of
Take
sight.
it.
It's out of sight.
You kidding me?
I'm going to say a hard out of sight. I mean, we're talking
Yeah.
Bee Gees.
ABBA, Bee Gees.
ABBA.
We wouldn't have Mamma Mia or Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
We
That's
without
right.
would.
it.
I mean, let's just talk about one of the best inventions of all time, disco ball.
You
disco ball.
You don't get the ball without the music.
100%.
you can't just get the
it's
ball.
in the name of the ball.
It's a hard take it.
I would
Yeah.
also like to point out that ball is life.
Ball
Yeah,
is
ball
life.
is
That's
life.
true.
Okay.
Did we go through a phase where people like hated disco after disco and they would have been hard leaving, and we've come full circle to understand now disco's great?
Yeah, now we
Okay.
get to cherry pick the best
Yes,
of the best.
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Disco's back.
Okay, next up, the advent of home gaming consoles, specifically Pong from Atari.
I mean, who's leaving this?
You got to take it.
This is out of sight.
It's out of sight.
This is out of sight.
far out.
1972, Atari is the first home console.
Dude, I got my uncle's Atari hand-me-down to play a little Pitfall, play a little Pong. Life was good.
Yeah. When did old Pac-Man come on the scene?
I do not know. That's Namco, though. I know that much.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just like those simple games that we go back to. There is still something so like wonderfully addictive about them. Like it's just so analog and wonderful. I love it.
Do you have any Pac-Man sound effects in the bag?
Sure. Beep beep boop boop.
I don't think that's Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Were you doing the beginning of the charge? Ba, 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 ba.
I think I may have.
Okay, next up, 1970, the VCR.
Oh, man. You can't get to where we are now without the VCR. This is a big deal. I once again remember my uncle giving my dad his hand-me-down VCR, and it was a game changer in our family. Have to take this.
What I love about the VCR was the ability to record whatever's on the TV
That's right.
onto
Sure.
tape.
On the film. Come on.
And how, especially like holiday season, you have those same tapes they would play every year. You would memorize the commercials. Oh my gosh.
I had some
love a
banger
VCR.
movies that I paused out the commercials. I don't remember doing that at all. You'd record it live and you'd pause it out. So I had like A Few Good Men commercials paused
Wow.
out. I mean, come on.
That's
Optimized.
good.
Optimized. You can handle the
It's
truth.
as good as it gets.
You put in the hard work.
Yeah, that's grinding right there. You
Yeah.
can't take a moment off.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Even though it was invented in 331 BC,
Sure.
shag carpet.
Oh, I'm leaving it. It's the first one I'm leaving.
Whoa. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, it has a long industrious history, shag carpet. It dates way, way back, but I truly feel like it hit in the 1970s.
It hit in the
It
70s.
absolutely hit in the 70s. I'm also going to, what was it?
Leave it far out of sight. Total bummer. Total bummer.
This is a total bummer for me.
I'm glad we got there for you.
Because there's something about it just gets, it's a mess to deal with. Like, it's one of those things where you look at it and you're like, well, that's neat, right? But then you experience it. It's truly an awful experience. It's awful to clean. It's awful to feel. I don't like any of it.
I remember once as a child going to a family friend's house, and they had wall-to-wall shag carpeting, so much so that it was also in the bathroom.
Whoa,
that's too-
you can't do that.
All
You're
over the
asking
floor.
for it there.
Yeah, you're asking for it. Wall-to-wall shag
No.
bathroom carpeting.
That's hazardous.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Okay, next up, let's see. Hacky sacks, 1972.
Listen, it's a hacky sack. I'm gonna, what is it again?
Far out. Take no total, but far out.
Far out.
Far out.
Is it
yeah.
groovy and far out?
I think that this is groovy and far out. This is a simple game, folks. You have a little ball and
You
you
just
try
want to
to
go back to simpler times.
You gotta hack the sack.
100%. You got to hack that sack.
You gotta hack that
You
sack.
Sometimes, you go out to the courtyard. You guys know a good courtyard,
quad.
right? Go out to
Hacky
the
sack in
quad.
the quad.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. I love a hacky sack.
I went through a hacky sack phase.
I think we all did.
I'm proud of it.
I think
too.
we're all guilty of that.
I'm proud of it. There was a solid 6 months where I was big into the sack.
Okay, next up, 1974, Post-it notes.
I mean, Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion, we've talked about on this particular program before. Post-it notes are a big deal. You can't say total bummer about Post-it notes. I don't think you can do it. Got to be far out. Bran?
I like the ability to write a note and just put it somewhere, like the ability to post it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good name.
Down here in the South, we call it sticky note.
We say sticky notes in the North.
Oh, you say it in the North
Yeah,
too?
we say
Okay.
it.
It's nice.
Sticky note.
And there is something like sometimes I'll leave like a little sticky note for my kiddos. Like I think that's
What a
fun.
good
Like
dad.
they see it
What a dad.
They see it around the house and they get excited. Simple, adhesive.
They can get out of hand.
Simple
Sure.
adhesive. Yes.
They can get out of
Yes.
hand. Every conspiracy board is
Yeah.
covered in Post-it notes. So could be a problem for some. Some fun facts on this. It was created in 1968 by a 3M scientist, Spencer Silver, by accident. It didn't hit the 60s, and then someone found a use for it in the 70s.
What do you mean no one found use? What was the original use?
It was by accident a not strong adhesive, so
Okay.
it could be reused. And that's how it became this sticky note that you could
sticky note.
take off, stick on, take off,
Are we
stick on, and
talking
move
about
around.
the adhesive itself?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they decided, let's put that on paper.
In the 70s, that's how they realized
Okay.
we're going to utilize
That's
this.
cool.
Okay, next up, inline skates, 1979, not roller skates. This is roller blades.
Yep.
And I know that hit in the 80s, late 80s, 90s, but it is a 70s invention.
Yeah, rollerblades, I feel like, is from the 90s. That's
what I think of it.
Spiritually, yes.
I'm going to just say total bummer here. Just because I never got into them. It never did anything for me in the 90s, didn't do anything for me in the 70s, and I haven't said total bummer nearly enough. So it's the 70s can't be that great.
You're
right?
aspirationally a bigger bummer.
Bigger bummer.
Yeah.
This is
So
the
I'm doing my
least.
best.
You total bummering rollerblades is the least surprising thing I've ever heard today.
You big blade head?
Yes.
Yeah, of course you are. Big into
Obviously,
blades.
one of the greatest movies of all time, Brink,
Stop it.
heavily involves rollerblades. I used to rollerblade around my neighborhood all the time. I
So
love
cool.
a rollerblade.
So cool.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, 1974, mood rings.
This is the dumbest thing ever. It couldn't be more of a bummer. I don't get it. I don't know why you would wear one. I think it's stupid.
They are
Bummer then.
Bummer for me.
Okay.
Bummer for Dan.
okay. I will also bummer the mood ring.
Okay. Fun fact about it. It uses the same stuff as thermometers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just strapping
Put it
thermometer
right
stuff
around your finger there.
and trying to divine
right. Go.
how you feel. Okay, next up, the Rubik's Cube, 1974, made by Hungarian Erno Rubik.
Erno Rubik. Shout out to the whole Rubik family. Really.
Shout out, Erno.
Shout out.
That's exactly
yeah.
That's groovy. That's far out. There's no way around
You know,
it.
I'm gonna say total bummer.
Of course.
Only
Of course.
because
Is math involved? I'm out.
only because I feel like a total bummer after I try one. Anything that gets there, I don't think there's many things that make me more upset than a Rubik's Cube. Giving it a try and just feeling like a real dummy. And then you watch the videos of the kids that can do it in like 2 seconds. and you're like,
yeah.
what the heck?
I'm glad you brought this up. Do you either of you have a guess on the world record Rubik's Cube speed?
Is it under 30 seconds? Is it like 25 seconds?
100%. It's probably under 2 seconds. I'm going to go 1.89.
Dan?
Let's go 10.8.
It is 3.05 seconds.
Yeah,
Good
it's
gosh.
real
Yes.
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and so
Insane.
it just makes you feel inferior that you can't do it, and so it's a total bummer.
100%.
Have you seen the smaller ones, Brand? That's like
Yes.
3x3. Have you
I
ever
have.
have you ever been able
The
any
baby-
luck with those?
The baby Bix.
I'm not a baby, AT.
Okay, next up. The Sony Walkman,
I mean, come on.
1979. Tapes, baby.
So far out. Cassettes were my childhood. So far out.
Not
Walkman
only
was it.
Not only like really great invention, like you can bring your tapes with you. We love that. Also, just looks so cool.
Yes.
Like you look awesome when
Yeah.
you have a Walkman.
I agree, especially if you had the arm strap for a
Oh,
while.
yeah.
Man, baby.
Come on.
Very maybe kind of similar to a fanny pack in a sense.
A
Strap
little
that
bit.
sucker around you.
I would say a little bit less
Little bit.
illustrious, you know. Game shows aren't just giving those out.
No.
When was the fanny pack invented? Was it a 70s?
Oh, it's way earlier.
1962, so we'll have to do another episode on that.
Yeah, for sure.
60s.
The fanny episode.
I do think the Walkman is probably my biggest groovy here.
I think it's
Gotta
the-
be up there.
Right, it's
it's
definitely
come
top
on.
groovy.
that or the VHS, I think, are the
VHS.
greatest.
Yeah.
All right, next up, the Magic 8 Ball. Now, this was invented in the 40s, but it was having a moment in the 70s.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go. Maybe this is controversial. I'll go bummer on the 8 ball.
Ball isn't life.
Ball is in life in this case. I don't know. There is something. It's one of those things that's like fun for a second and then
Wears off pretty quick.
wears off pretty quick. So I'm going to go bummer on this.
I'm going to go groovy. I think it's fun just for a bit. It's a fun little
fun
novelty that you can make serious in a hurry if you can't decide like where to eat or something. You could really break out the 8 ball and like have some fun.
Let the 8 Ball lead the way.
Let the 8 ball lead the way. That's right.
100%.
So you're giving it an expiring groovy.
That's right. An expiring groovy.
Okay.
A tentative groovy.
Next up, Pet Rocks, 1975. Created by an advertising executive, Gary Dahl.
I got to be honest, man. Every time somebody talks about Pet Rocks, it makes me a little angry. I hate it. I hate it as a gag. I hate it as a ironic thing. I hate it. It's such a bummer. Absolutely not. No.
The problem with this is I like rocks. Like I like
Rock guy.
He's a big rock guy.
I mean, I'm a
Big rock guy
moderate. I'm a
brand.
moderate
Yeah.
rock guy.
Yeah.
I'm a rockerette.
There's something there.
yeah,
we can
well-
punch it
well-
up later.
My problem
A
is
moderockerate is what you went with. Yeah.
my problem is with the idea of the pet. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to like if you are into collecting rocks and finding super dope ones. I
Yes,
love that for you.
For sure.
But this like the pet, like going to buy a rock that's a pet rock and it's branded as pet rock.
So it's a bummer all around, but
Yeah.
you know what? Ad exec Gary Dahl, far out. Maybe the
out.
greatest.
name.
Maybe the
Dude,
greatest.
this guy sold
executive
rocks with
ad
tag
guy.
on it.
He
Yeah.
sold a rock.
Yeah.
He sold a rock. They're everywhere. Anyone could have done this. So shout out Gary.
Shout out.
Shut out.
Next up, the classic Cuisinart food processor, 1973. Before this came, everyone was chopping everything by hand.
Yeah. Cuisinart changed the game.
Truly.
The Cuisinart, now the Cuisinart stand mixer is like a staple as well. Like these are and they last forever.
They're great.
I mean, you can't not go far out on this. This is a big deal.
I'm way far out.
Quality
deal.
product.
Yeah.
Quality product far out. I got to be honest. I always thought it was Cuisinart.
You did not.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that for you.
Is it not?
No, it's Cuisinart.
Cuisinart.
Why?
Cuisine is spelled different.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was like a play on it.
Then just make it cuisine space art.
No,
they
no,
went
no.
Cuisinart.
Brands do this stuff all the time is all I'm saying.
Brands. All right, next up, calculator watches. 1974, the Casio-tron.
Man, I don't know why you'd need it, but at the time, I would say probably groovy. Now I'm going to say bummer.
Okay.
Currently bummer. It's tiny buttons, man. Those buttons are so tiny.
You can't press them.
You can't press one.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm going bummer just based on tiny
Based on the buttons.
That you got to think through the buttons.
Gotta think through the buttons.
It's a look, though. If
Yeah.
we're talking purely fashion,
It is.
I might say groovy on the calculator watch. I think it.
I just
Aren't
think
they
it's
really-
it's not practical.
Aren't they really expensive now? Like if you try to find one on eBay.
they're
Sure.
hip. They
Yeah.
are hip. Yeah, they're
Such a thing.
They
They're
have to be
coming
square.
back around. All right, last one here. Email. The first email sent in 1971.
I just don't think of email as a 70s thing.
I think of
I
like
agree.
AOL. You've got.
I'm going to go bummer for the 70s email, but I get that it's important.
That's a great point, Dan, because I imagine sending an email in the 70s was a chore.
It was a whole thing.
So I'll with that same thought process, I will go bummer.
I'm going to go bummer even now because who gets too little emails in their life, right?
There's a lot of
This was
email
the
stress out
advent
there.
of an evil.
Yes.
So if you agree, if you disagree, let us know. But guys, thank you for having me. Let's go see if we can give away a fanny pack in this final round, okay?
Love it, AT.
I believe it.
Welcome back to Who, What, When, an hour of history, games, and trivia from South Carolina Public Radio. I'm Daniel Thompson. I'm here with my good buddy Brandon Gray, and it's 1970s Pop Culture Week on the show.
And before we get to our final round, we want to remind you that you could also potentially win a Who, What, When fanny pack. We know you want one. You can do it. All you got to do is join us for an episode. Call or text us 803-470-6347 or email whowhatwhen@scpublicradio.org. You can't win if you don't reach out.
Your dream can come true.
That's
You
right.
just got to call that number. Our contestant this week, Brand, Rachel from New York, has made it through our first two rounds today to become the Who, What, When champion of the week, and she now has a shot at our weekly prize, that sweet, sweet Who, What, When fanny pack.
Rachel, I got to ask you, how are you feeling about possibly taking home a Who, What, When fanny pack?
I'm excited and nervous. I told your producer when they called me, both my parents were on Jeopardy.
Okay.
And in the 1970s.
Oh, wow.
So I've never been on Jeopardy, but like I could say like, hey, but I won this fanny pack.
Yeah, which is a way bigger deal than
Way
Jeopardy.
bigger deal.
Yeah,
I think we
Jeopardy
can all
didn't
agree.
Send them home with fanny packs. They just send them home with cold hard cash.
Yeah, but wait until you see what's inside the fanny pack, Rachel.
It better be a drawing of a chicken wearing pants.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
It
Drawing
is the
that
drawing of the chicken
Brand is
wire
working on right now. For sure.
It is not money, and I want to get ahead of that. And everybody, please give me
We
the
were a
SCTV
non-profit.
endowment
Yeah,
fund.
the endowment.
We
You
love
got
the
to,
endowment
for sure. Rachel, this is a game called Game That Tune. You remember that 1970s show, Name That Tune?
I do. I love that program.
Where you could kind of wager how many notes it would take you to name the tune
Based off of some clues.
based off of some
Right.
clues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 4 notes, but my notes are clues.
Okay.
The first note is always going to be the year. The next is going to probably be the name of the artist. And then the last 2 are kind of some things this song is famous for.
Okay.
What you have to do is, with multiple choice, hear the 4 clues and then guess correctly which song it is. Now, there are 10 of these, Rachel, and if you get 7 right, you're taking home a Who, What, When fanny pack.
7 for heaven, and the heaven in this case
Is the fanny
fanny
pack.
pack.
How you feeling about that, Rachel?
I feel great, but I have a request.
Okay.
If I get 10, can Kenyatta get one too?
Oh,
This is
my
crazy.
gosh, Rachel.
Now you're bargaining with the devil. I think
We have
you
to
know
bring
what?
that in front of the board.
I'm going to make an executive
Oh, wow,
decision
okay.
and say yes.
Wow.
Which 10, a perfect round. Kenyatta gets the fanny pack as well. You're calling your shot, Rachel. I love this. Are you ready for your first question?
I am.
Yeah, that would be a real downer if she got the first one wrong, wouldn't it? First question, Rachel. Here we
Handing
go.
out
Ignore
fanny packs.
Bran. He's still
Sorry.
thinking about Peck Treese. 1977. The Bee Gees, John Travolta, Saturday Night Fever? Is that A, Staying Alive? B, More Than a Woman? C, How Deep Is Your Love?
Staying Alive.
It's Staying Alive.
Uh-oh.
She's correct, and she's 1 for 1. Nicely done.
Our
Didn't
producer
miss a
just
beat.
went to go get that second fanny pack ready.
That's right. She was very
With
confident.
how
there.
quick she answered that one.
I
Here we
saw
go.
the sequel called Staying Alive in the theater. I was that
So-
one person who went.
Wow. Wow.
How
You
about
did it.
that?
The whole song, the whole dance. And then he did it for a Capital One commercial as Santa.
We love that. We love
Do
that
we?
commercial. Well,
You love
I
it.
love that
Yeah,
commercial.
for sure. We love it. We love it. All right. Number 2, 1975. Queen, Poor Boy. Nobody loves him. Is that A, We Will Rock You? B, We Are the Champions? C, Bohemian Rhapsody?
I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. It's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, Rachel.
Rachel's trying to endear herself as maybe the best contestant of all time here. Her and Houston and Kenyatta are all in there duking it out.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Rachel, you're 2 for 2. The double fanny pack is within reach.
It's possible. The stakes are really high.
Dude, we need to do a full documentary if she gets 10 of 10 about the episode, and then we show up in Paris with the fanny pack for Kenyatta. The cameras get it.
That's what the endowment
fund is
for.
empty, but we are full. Our hearts
That's
are
right.
full. All right, Rachel, your third question here on Game That Tune. 1976, Billy Joel, Take a Holiday in the Neighborhood. I'm taking a Greyhound. A, New York State of Mind. B, Just the Way You Are. C, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant.
He's taken a Greyhound on the Hudson River line, and I live on the Hudson River. It is New York State of Mind.
She lives on the Hudson River.
We
This
asked
song
someone from New York.
from New York, and it's New York State of Mind.
Wow.
She's 3 for 3.
I'm very excited.
She's gaming that tune, Bran.
Yeah,
she's
she's gaming it
gaming
real
that
good.
tune. 7 more double fanny pack. First, a history of the show. First time we've given a fanny pack to someone who's lost. Rachel, your next question here on Game That Tune. 1978, Gloria Gaynor, Afraid, Petrified. A, Reach Out, I'll Be There. B, I Am What I Am. C, I Will Survive.
I will survive and hopefully get Kenyatta a fanny pack.
I love it. She's doing bits. She's 4 for 4. We're playing Game That Tune. It's like the game show Name That Tune, but she's trying to name that tune with clues. I'm giving her from history, and she's crushing it. If she gets 3 more right, she's got herself a fanny pack. If she gets 6 more right, she's also won a fanny pack for her new BFF, Kenyatta.
It's beautiful.
It's New York. It's New York helping New York.
And we love that.
That's what it is. Here we go. Next question, Rachel. 1972, Stevie Wonder, 2003's Haunted Mansion, Writing on the Wall. Is that A, Higher Ground, B, Superstition, or C, Overjoyed?
Superstition.
Superstition is correct. Featured strongly in the 2003 Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion. Yeah, I will say this. She's 5 for 5.
Yes.
2 more for the fanny pack. 5 more for a Kenyatta fanny pack. And a historic event here on Who What When. Let's see if she can do it. Your next question here on Game That Tune. 1971, Led Zeppelin, A Matter of Life and Death. And as we wind on down the road, is that A, Black Dog, B, Whole Lot of Love, C, Stairway to Heaven?
Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven is correct. She's crushing it, Brandon.
She's climbing that stairway to the fanny pack.
All right, here we go for the fanny pack. 1971, Elton John, Almost Famous, Blue Jean Baby. Is that A, Your Song, B, Tiny Dancer, C, Rocket Man?
I believe it was Phoebe Buffet who said, "Hold me close, young tiny dancer," but it's Tiny Dancer.
Tiny Dancer is correct.
Yes!
Rachel has won the fanny pack.
I got to be honest with you. This
She
is very
secured
exciting.
The fanny pack.
This is approaching iconic level. Almost as iconic as Pictrice would have been if Pictrice was real.
Yeah. But you know what is real?
What?
Rachel's just won a Who What When fanny
That's
pack.
huge.
But it's not the end of the show.
Putting dog treats in it.
Because Rachel has called her shot And if she gets the next 3 right, Kenyatta's also getting a fanny pack.
What I love is that Rachel's changing this game forever. People are going to be making deals heading
Yeah.
into the final round.
This is a one-time
If I
only.
get them all right,
Yep.
we're going to give one to everybody that I know.
I reserve the right to say no. This was such a generous offer from 2 great contestants. She was in Paris, for crying out loud. Here we go, Rachel. 3 in a row to get the fanny pack for Kenyatta. Your next question. 1976, Boston, Marianne walking away. Is that A, More Than a Feeling? B, Rock and Roll Band? C, Smokin'?
It's More Than a Feeling.
It's More Than a Feeling. She is correct. She's 8 for 8.
She hasn't hesitated on a single
It's
one.
so clear this is her wheelhouse.
Yeah.
It couldn't have gone better for her. Called her shot. She's 2 away. Here we go. Number 9. 1973. Aerosmith. Eminem. If It's Just for Today. Is that A, Walk This Way? B, Crazy? C, Dream On?
I think it's Dream On.
She thinks it's Dream On.
That's less confident.
Less confident. You are correct. Dream On is correct.
Less confident, equally correct.
9 for 9.
Here we go.
1 left. She's already won a Who What Win fanny pack. She's already the Who What Win champion of the week, but she's playing for more. Sometimes the stakes are just higher.
We're playing for something bigger than
Sometimes
ourselves, you know?
It just like the Southeastern Conference, it just means more.
That's right.
And that's right now. For Kenyatta's fanny pack, your last question on Game That Tune. 1974, The Rolling Stones, The Big Chill, But I Like It. A, Beast of Burden. B, It's Only Rock and Roll. C, Memory Motel.
It's Only Rock and Roll.
She says it's only rock and roll.
How about
My producer is clapping in the background.
Yeah.
Rachel has gone 10
Wow.
for 10
Wow.
in the last category. She called her shot. She's Who What Win champion of the week. She's Who What Win fanny pack winner, and she's won a second fanny pack for her new bestie Kenyatta in Paris, France. Rachel, congratulations. What do you
amazing.
have to say for yourself?
You know, suck it, Mom and Dad. You never won 2 fanny packs.
I love that.
It's the best
Absolutely.
thing she could have said. Rachel, you've done it. You've made the Empire State proud.
Yes.
You're the proud owner of a Who What Win fanny pack. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being such a memorable contestant right here on South Carolina Public Radio's hour of history, games, and trivia. Who What Win.
And that'll do it for this groovy 1970s episode of Who What Win. Thanks again to our callers, Rachel and Kenyatta, and congratulations to both of them. Thanks to some savvy trivia playing from Rachel, they're both taking home Who What Win fanny packs this week.
We made history, Brand. They're
Yes.
now Who What Win best friends forever. Our producer is A.T. Shire. Our executive producer is Sean Birch, the king of disco here at South Carolina Public Radio.
Huh.
This show's a production of South Carolina Public Radio, and it's made possible in part by listener contributions to the ETV Endowment of South Carolina.
You can join us for an episode of Who What Win. Just call or text us at 803-470-6347 or send us an email to whowhatwin@scpublicradio.org.
You can find out more about the show at our website, southcarolinapublicradio.org/whowhatwin.
And you can listen to extended versions of our show in your favorite podcasting app or through your smart speaker.
I'm Daniel Thompson.
And I'm Brandon Gray. Join us again next week for more history, games, and trivia right here on Who What Win.